What's poppin', guys? BK here, back on the podcast channel once again, and today we're going over my picks for Week 13 of the NFL season. And to kick off right into this video, hopefully you guys have football on the menu because tomorrow, we're recording this on Wednesday, so tomorrow we got 3 games on the schedule for the holiday we like to call over here in America Thanksgiving. Some people argue you get together to watch football, but mostly it's to get together with family and eat some food. So that would explain the turkey I have in the middle there, because this game is on Thanksgiving. And as usual, in the first game, we got the Chicago Bears going to Detroit to play the Lions. I don't know why. Now, look, I know NFL. I know a lot of stuff about the NFL. But I don't know why Detroit plays the first game on Thanksgiving every year. But let's look at each team here. So, Chicago, they are at 4-7 now, and I haven't done one of these videos in a while. It's been a lot of stuff going on with me, so, I haven't gone around to, making my picks and predictions. But last time I saw them, they were doing pretty good, for, the whole situation they were in. But now it's like they've kind of fallen off a little bit. I mean, there's going to be some, like I've said the whole time, like the whole year with this team, there's going to be errors, there's going to be trials and tribulations. That's what happens when you got a young team like this. However, Detroit, on the other hand, no matter how much stuff goes wrong, I mean, certainly not a lot of stuff has gone wrong for them. I mean, they're 10-1 for Pete's sake, but at this point, like, if you had told me 10 years ago that the Detroit Lions would be 10-1, I would have been like, you gotta be, there's no way, this can't be real, right? But it actually is, and this matchup is interesting. You guys may be asking, why do I have it so close? So, this is one of those games, like you look at the rest of the season for Detroit, they may pave their way through it. They may just go like whatever 15-1 or 16-1. My bad. They may just go crazy throughout the rest of the season, but for some reason on Thanksgiving every year they struggle, and I've seen this the past couple of years. I think Detroit has been like a top tier team or like one of the best teams in the league since 2022, despite the record in 2022 not saying it, but I think one of the key signs that I saw in 2022 was that they actually almost beat Buffalo in that game. And then there's last year where, okay, this is a team now, they're legit, they're one of the best teams in the league, and then they lose on Thanksgiving to Green Bay. So you could even argue, like, last year, like, Green Bay, they were a decent team back then. I mean, yeah, they were. They did beat Dallas in the first round that year. But this year, it's like, Chicago isn't as good as Green Bay is, so I am kind of leaning towards giving Detroit this game, but never doubt their ability, I guess, to choke it up on Thanksgiving or have too much turkey legs. All right, in the next game, we got the New York Giants going to Dallas to play the Cowboys, another team that usually plays on Thanksgiving, and it's usually at home. I get it because they are dubbed America's team. So the situation with the Giants now, so we just heard recently that Daniel Jones was cut after he signed that 4-year, $160 million contract with them. I honestly thought it was quite strange that they did that. I mean, they did really commit to him being the QB, but to see him go from the starting lineup to now he's on the practice squad of the Minnesota Vikings is kind of wild to me. Just that fall from grace is something that you don't see too often. And then with Dallas, Dak Prescott, he got a hamstring injury, and then he went in for surgery for it, and that ultimately will make him miss the rest of the season, which that really could doom their chances of making the playoffs. So I think this game will certainly help them stay in the playoff talks because I think they will beat the Giants in this one. And another thing about when Dallas plays on Thanksgiving, they roll out their actual. Wait, no, it's not actually. No, it's like their alternate uniforms, but like the ones with like wear the white helmets and the white shoulder pads, or like the white part, like the white emblem on the shoulder. I don't know how to say it, but something that's white on the shoulder, right? Something white on the shoulder. Yeah, those uniforms are always cool to see. So now we are on to the final game of Thanksgiving, and it's gonna be usually the random one. Usually it's Detroit that plays on Thanksgiving, and then Dallas that plays on Thanksgiving, and then the third one or the one at night is usually like the toss up, like the one where it's like, it just could be like just a casual game on Thanksgiving night. Usually when all the guests have leave, and now it's just you guys just sitting on the couch just watching some football. This is the game in that time slot, that 8 o'clock time slot. You know what I'm saying? So in this slot here, we got the Miami Dolphins going to Green Bay to play the Packers. Lambeau hosting a Thanksgiving game. That's actually kind of interesting. I actually would quite like that, or definitely to go there. Yeah, I would love to go to that stadium. So this one's kind of interesting. I mean, last week I watched the Dolphins absolutely trounce my Patriots, so I know that they're a good team, and I kind of had doubts about them. I remember in one of the videos we did, like it was definitely like a few weeks ago. The Cardinals beat them, and I was like, I don't know if like they're legit, but I think they're legit again. Certainly they got Tua back, and this was a game that did happen 2 years ago. It was in Miami, and somehow Miami lost it. I thought the climate would be in their favor, but in this one, I just don't think it's going to be in their favor. Obviously, it's like I think this is the game last year. We all remember that game in the playoffs last year, right? Where they had to go to Kansas City when it was like really cold out, and it's like we all knew they were going to lose that one, and what do you know? They did lose it. So, is it going to be that cold in Green Bay for this game? I'm not sure, but I think definitely like this is going to be one of the games. Like I think most of these games are hard to predict. All besides obviously the Dallas game was easy to predict. But the other two, it was pretty close. I had a hard time going with them. But in this matchup, I think Green Bay's just going to edge them out again. I think it's going to come down to one of those games where it's with 3 seconds left, and all they have to do is make a field goal to win it, and they will make that field goal.